Welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, the good thing this past weekend is we got a little reprieve from the extreme heat that we experienced last week, and that allowed a lot of people to hit the water and spend a lot more time on the water than what they were able to when we were dealing with 100-degree temperatures, 115 heat index. The fishing success this past weekend was mixed, to say the least. People that found the fish did quite well, but a lot of people spend a lot of time looking for the fish and didn't have the best results. But again, I think the good thing is better things are ahead, but we also have to deal with another heat wave coming this week. Not as bad as what we experienced last week, but still warmer than what we've been experiencing over the weekend and early part of this week. Area lakes that produced fish this past week included up in the northeastern part of the state, Waubay, and that seemed where everyone was going this past week. A lot of nice fish being caught out there. Bitter. And a lot of smaller fish had been reported, but I also know some guys that were up there on Saturday and Sunday and did quite well with 16 to 19-inch fish, and they were all fat, to say the least. Other lakes included Dry Lake by Clark, and then also Lynn and Midland, Goose, Indian Springs, a few being caught there, Big Stone, Reed, and then also Hazelton. Down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes were even less productive than usual, but again, a few fish here and there. Those lakes included Dry Lake by Willow Lake, Ponset, Thompson, Sinai, Island, and the main thing there, it's been more of a shore bite, especially in the evening and post-sunset. And then other lakes included Vermilion and then also Twin. And remember, Twin is the trophy lake northwest of Sioux Falls. And then the Missouri River, if you go Chamberlain north, a lot of fish being caught there, but not really as fat as what we saw earlier this spring, but still some nice fish being caught here and there. And how are people catching those walleyes? Right now, it's been any method to allow you to cover a lot more water looking for those active fish. Snap jigging this time of year is the way a lot of people go. That's the way I like to fish this time of year. You can use the Acme Hyper Rattles, which probably is the number one bait people are using, followed by the Rapala Jigging Rap, and then also the Moonshine Shiver Minnows. Other ways that people are catching fish, a lot of people are trolling with crankbaits. Again, covering more water than you normally would. And the crankbaits that they're using, the Selma Hornets in the size 4 or 5, and then also the flicker shads as well as the flicker minnows, and then also the Walleye Nation Creation shaky shads have been producing a few walleyes. So again, keep that in mind with the heat coming back in. You're going to need a presentation to allow you to cover a little bit more water to look for those active fish. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about a cooler subject, and when I mean cooler, I mean temperature-wise, because I know a lot of people have had enough of the heat, especially this past week, and now with the heat building back into the area, we're going to talk about some ice. And I'm not referring to the ice that you have in your drink right now to help you get away from that heat, but the ice that you hope to walk on later this fall and winter. If you're into ice fishing, folks, you're going to need to mark your calendars for November 10th through the 12th at the Sioux Falls Arena and Convention Center for the Dakota Angler Ice Institute. It's the place that you're going to be able to see the latest and greatest in the ice fishing industry and take advantage of some fantastic deals that the Ice Institute is always known for. This year's show is proven to be bigger and better than ever. Right now, at this point in time, we already have 15 new vendors, and this show is just beginning to evolve, just beginning to take shape, so it's even going to be bigger than last year. You're going to be able to have a great selection of anything that you're looking for. You'll be able to take advantage of the great deals and the great selection. So again, mark your calendars for November 10th to the 12th at the Sioux Falls Arena Convention Center. Invite your family, your friends, your neighbors, you name it. The Ice Institute is the place that you're going to want to be at November 10th to the 12th. Let's get that season kicked off right. Again, mark your calendars for the Ice Institute at the Sioux Falls Arena and Convention Center. Now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And before we end this week's report, I want to remind you that if you want to stay up to date with all the happenings here at Dakota Angler or with the Ice Institute, the great way to do that is through our social media feeds. You can follow us on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Snapchat, as well as Instagram. But if you don't have social media, you can also go to our website, DakotaAngler.com, or feel free to give us a call at 605-336-9132. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report for Dakota Angler. I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week. And again, thanks for watching. Stay healthy and stay safe.